Welcome back. Let's shift focus to the IT sector. For the last, many months, we've been hearing that by IT is a big beneficiary of the digital transformation that companies are adopting, which has only been accelerated by COVID-19. And the numbers from IT companies over the last 3 quarters have been pretty good, and there have been substantial margin savings. But is that something which is going to continue? Here we have an anti-consensus call, which is coming in from Sudhir Guntupalli of ICICI Securities. Sudhir, morning, and thanks so much for joining in. First, if you could tell us your anti-consensus cautious call on the sector, what is it predicated on?
Sure, Rima. Thanks for having me here. So for the past 5 to 6 months, we have been cautioning investors that the current street view or consensus view that the sector will see structurally higher growth rates and higher profitability post-COVID may meet with disappointments. The reason for this is some of the lead indicators that we are tracking, be it the incremental sales at hyperscalers, be it Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, so on and so forth. If you actually look at the incremental sales data at these hyperscalers, it remained pretty much range bound, despite a lot of hype and buzz generated in the market that COVID is going to drive a lot of digital acceleration, COVID is going to drive a lot of cloudification. So this is point number one. And point number two, if you actually look at the commentary of global banks, or if you look at the tech spending patterns at global banks, of course, they had increased their tech spending over the previous 2-3 quarters, but that's to deal with the pandemic, right? There were some ad hoc spends done by a couple of verticals. One is BFSI and the other is healthcare. For instance, a lot of governments, a lot of healthcare companies have been spending on contact tracing applications, which in our view is an ad hoc work, one-time work, which is in response to COVID crisis. Similarly, many banks which were not earlier prepared for distribution of stimulus check programs, paycheck protection programs, so on and so forth, they have beefed up their systems capabilities in order to be able to distribute those funds in a very short horizon, right? So these are ad hoc one-time spends which only a couple of verticals, BFSI and healthcare, have incurred over the previous 3 to 4 quarters. But if you look at other verticals, most of the other verticals, if you look at, and if you see the top 5 IT companies aggregate revenue from those verticals, you will be surprised to see it is still lower than pre-COVID levels or slightly thereabouts at the pre-COVID levels, which I mean is December 19 revenue run rate. So net, what we are talking about here is we are seeing a trend, or we are seeing a pattern of stabilization of these dollar spends, even in the 2 verticals which have been aggressively spending, be it BFSI or healthcare. So when we are stabilization of dollar spends, obviously in percentage terms, it will become an overhang in FY22 because they had overspent in FY21. There will be a kind of a rebalancing effort. Second thing, Rima, which you yourself alluded to, is that for the September and December quarters, the IT sector has reported very strong numbers, but we would see it more of as a recovery than growth. It's more a recovery from the dip, COVID-led dip the sector had gone through in June quarter. Most of the companies reported 7 to 9% decline in the June quarter. From that bottom, of course, the sector had recovered quite sharply and quite quickly in September and December. But it should be more classified as a recovery than as proper growth or an improvement in the demand situation. But if you look at the latest quarter numbers, actually, if you look at the organic growth in the March quarter, you will see that our arguments are quite corroborated or reinforced in the March quarter data, wherein you have seen most of the companies on an organic basis going back to their typical March quarter growth run rate. So if you look at the top 5 companies or some of the mid-cap companies, we had seen them reporting growth, which is pretty much in line with the historical March quarter averages. So if there were to be a substantial acceleration of growth post-COVID, as the street is anticipating, or if there were to be a significant improvement in growth and profitability post-COVID, as the street is anticipating, the March quarter growth numbers would not have looked like that. So these are the 3-4 lead indicators which we have been tracking. One, as I said, is the incremental sales at hyperscalers. Second thing I said, some of the key vertical commentary and tech spending patterns at some of the key verticals. And of course, the growth rate at IT companies themselves. These are the key lead indicators which we have been tracking, and this forms the basis for our anti-consensus cautious stance on the sector. We definitely feel there will be a disappointment even going ahead. Of course, in the latest quarter, we had seen consensus rationalizing their expectations, downgrading their estimates a bit. And you should note, Rima, that this downgrade in March quarter, post-March quarter, had come despite rupee rebasing happening significantly. So in the run-up to the result season, IT result season, we had actually seen rupee depreciating sharply from 72.5 to 75.5, and that exchange rate reset would have happened for most of the analysts. Despite that, we have seen sharp downgrades, and that's a reinforcement to our argument.
No, absolutely. No, got your point, Sudhir, and very well explained. So numbers should have borne out this post-COVID acceleration in IT spending and revenues, etc., which you're saying is not. Now, for investors, Sudhir, what does this translate into? It's been IT has been looked at as a 15-20% kind of compounder story for those who are in it for the long run. Contrast that against where valuations are, and if you can sort of put the current valuations in contrast with historical valuations that the IT sector has commanded, how out of whack is it according to you?
Sure. So I think Rima had given a context just before we went for the break that Nifty IT had given almost 100% return over the last 1 year versus Nifty at 70%. And if you see, a lot of it is driven by re-rating rather than change in the near-term estimates, be it change in FY22 or FY23 estimates. A significant part of that returns were driven by multiple re-rating. And if you look at Nifty IT level, currently Nifty IT is trading almost 42% above pre-COVID averages. And if I were to contrast it with some of the other index heavyweight sectors, be it Bank Nifty or Nifty Pharma, Nifty FMCG, and broader Nifty itself, probably they had also re-rated, but they had re-rated to a much lower extent, probably to the tune of anywhere. Bank Nifty is trading at 8% discount to pre-COVID averages. And, probably Nifty Pharma is trading at 22-23% premium to pre-COVID averages. But Nifty IT is trading at a 42% premium to pre-COVID averages. More important thing is we should remember that some of the large cap names are now trading at 65% sort of a premium to pre-COVID averages. Some of the mid cap names, which we see to be a bigger risk here, is that some of the mid cap names are trading up to 130% higher than pre-COVID averages. And one more red flag that I would probably call out at this juncture is that, mid-cap IT, if you look at the mid-cap IT universe, market cap weighted PE of the mid-cap IT names, and if you benchmark it with Nifty IT, currently mid-cap IT is trading at 20% premium to Nifty IT. And if I were to go by the precedent over the last 10 to 15 years, this probably happened only once, and that did not sustain for a long period of time, which essentially means we may see a bit of a time may be ripe for a correction in the mid-cap IT names. That is conclusion number one. And in terms of broader IT sector also, valuations have run up much ahead of fundamentals. In expectation that the demand is going to be significantly higher post-COVID, profitability is going to be significantly higher post-COVID. Market has kind of spiced up the multiples to a significant extent, and that's why we see a reason to be cautious on the sector right now.
Okay, so mid-cap valuations for the IT sector looking excessive. So there's just one final point on margins. I thought the street was expecting IT companies' margins to decline in FY22. Even for something like an Infosys, the guidance for next year on margins, 22 to 24%, is lower than what they delivered in FY21. So, if the street is already expecting lower margins, is there scope for a disappointment?
Yeah, Rima, actually extrapolating FY21 margins may not be a very ideal thing to do, because as you understand, there were quite a few one-offs, or there are quite a few, let's say, transient factors which were there in FY21. Most of the companies have kind of belt-tightened and saved on costs because of the COVID pandemic, and in some areas like work from home, which has eventually led to higher utilizations, and because clients were not going to offices, projects ramped up offshore. And because projects ramped up offshore, of course, that was another margin tailwind. But one should understand this is more of a transient thing. But of course, a significant part of the street has kind of extrapolated this FY21 margins going ahead. And as you rightly pointed out, the outlook, margin outlook or margin guidance of some of the companies which came out in the March 21 quarter is a bit of a wake-up call to a reality. But on that also, if you see, there are some risk factors in terms of even that margin outlook also, because most of the companies had come out with their outlook before COVID second wave became a significant problem in India. And that COVID second wave is actually leading to a reasonable amount of employee absenteeism. And another thing that we should keep in mind is in terms of the unlock or open up of the economies, actually developed markets there is an asymmetry between developed markets and India. US and UK are likely to unlock and call people back to offices very soon. And in India, it may not happen for another 3 to 6 months at least. So what that essentially means is that the on-site mix can actually go up.
Got it. Makes sense. Thanks, Sudhir, for putting those points on board. That's a cautious call coming in on the IT sector. For now, we need to slip into